Okay. Well, I think I'm live. Can you all see me? Hi, Radka. Okay, so I'm sure it was working for all of you before, but it wasn't working for me. I could not see. In fact, I still can't see if my video is working, but I presume that it is. Okay, good. Well, then I should have just left it. What a funny day. I am learning so much about just allowing things to be squirrely, that it's part of the game. I appreciate you being here. Okay, I'm starting to see that people are jumping on. Again, I can't see myself, so this is all a big guessing game. Um, but it does show that my video's working, so I'm not sure what's going on. This is the third try, and I'm glad that it's working for all of you. And we'll just say, you know what, this is all good. So I'm going to go ahead and give my introduction. If you are here, please say hello in the chat. My name is Allison Holly, and I am a channel and an awakening guide. I am here for you to assist in all of these energies. Hi, Kennedy. Y'all are troopers. I really appreciate you. Assist in these changing energies. Oh, I get it. I understand. Okay. We've got a massively powerful full moon right now, and it's affecting a lot of things. Okay. It's so interesting because we are multidimensional beings, right? And so I'm still walking through this life very much as a human, and just also listening on multiple planes of reality. And sometimes my human self goes, "What's going on?" And it has been very crystal clear, especially I would say the past week, even though my human is saying, "What's going on?" Immediately I hear what's going on. So, um, anyway, how many of you are really feeling intense energies right now? I'd love to hear. None of us have the exact same experiences, so your experience is perfect. Um, Try being me, Stacy. I am also confused. Yeah. But I'm glad you're all here. So, walking through this process as we're all learning to be multidimensional, there's a lot of surrender. Something that I have been really, really learning deeper, it just keeps going deeper, is surrender. I would say that the path of awakening is actually a process of continuous surrender. And in the surrender, we are actually surrendering to play. We are surrendering to the spontaneousness of the present moment. What we call spontaneous is actually harmony. And so, if you find that you're struggling with change, with all of the shifting, remember that in the present moment, our human self is going to say, "What the F?" And our higher self is going to say, "Okay, yeah, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it." We are surrendering to the present moment. The present moment has an orchestration that is far beyond what our programs have taught us to exist in. And so I'm learning a deeper level of that. In the past week, I've been through multiple time changes. And, with the time change in the US, it's been a lot. So I appreciate you all flowing with me on this. Let's see. So let me go ahead and read the comments. Hi, Allison and everyone. Just working on artwork. Oh, beautiful, Floor. I love that. As per your guidance last week, I love that. Kennedy says there's been a lot of letting go for me. I know. Oh, and Courtney says, I didn't get a notice. You didn't get a notice. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. We're all on time. Um, yeah, so great. I'm glad that you're all here, and let's go ahead and play. So, feel free to share in the chat what you've been experiencing energetically, what you have been learning, what is your personal area of growth. And while you all share, I will go ahead and dive into the announcements. So, the big announcement, the ones that my guides are telling me, this is like, talk about this, is that the book tour for Ecstatic Playground is well underway. Um, if you check out my website, which there will be a link in the description box after this, and it's AllisonHolly.com/events. There are, I don't know, nearly 20 events, and this is just for the West Coast portion, and more continue to be added. There's a lot of shifting that's been happening. Let me tell you, it has, just before I went live, I got an email for another person offering to host me, offering to host an event. And I have been crying so much at how the invitations have been coming in, and um, just the beauty and the kindness of all of you. And there's so much more to come. Um, like I said, what I have up on my website is just the West Coast portion. And I'm absolutely floored. I will be on the road, it looks like, most of this year. um, so I can tell that right now I'm getting a crash course in learning how to pay attention to the time zones and also go with the flow and let the mistakes be totally okay. But I am so excited to meet so many of you in person. um, it's really just been a powerful thing. So the book tour is on again. If you'd like me to come to where you are, West Coast is happening April, May, June of this year. East Coast will be happening in September, October, and then a little bit of November. Um, and getting it all planned out. So check out the website. There's going to be events. I'll tell you a little bit about some of the events that I'm hosting. There are book signings, there are channeling circles, there are workshops where I'm teaching people how to channel, um, and there are erotic play workshops. All of this is a part of the teachings that are in my book, Ecstatic Playground, which I have a copy, but it's over there. So, Ecstatic Playground, it's about how to exist as masters and playful beings here on the planet as humans as well. All right. So, all of these workshops flow into that. Oh, there's cacao ceremonies. It's just beautiful, all of the events that are coming together. So if you're coming to one of these events, if you already see one on the website that you'll be coming to, let me know in the chat. Okay, brief break. Let me read the chat before I go into the other announcements. Courtney says, my personal area of growth has been honoring my emotions. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. The surprising, powerful thing about our emotions as we move into these higher frequency states is that we honor them and we stay present with them so we don't skip over them. And then what happens is we actually stop feeling the lower frequency emotions. We become the observer of these emotions. It's very powerful. So I want to let you all know the process. We experience the emotions, right? So we don't avoid them, we honor them, we do the embracing of them, And then what happens naturally from that process is we actually stop experiencing the lower emotions. And what that looks like is we become the observer without attachment to them. We experience the emotions, and then simultaneous to experiencing the emotions, we actually witness ourselves, and we become consciously multidimensional. So we don't dive into and attach to those emotions. We simply witness them, and it's really a powerful experience. So I love that you're honoring those emotions. That's definitely the process. Flor says, thanks, Courtney. Seems to have been very heavy energies for me lately. So it's nice to focus on something fun. By the way, Flor, I love your art, and I hope at some point you can share it. Maybe share it in the True Creator community. That would be beautiful. Radka says, have you tried and or channeled about the teleportation option? Would be useful with so much traveling. I am interested in developing this ability. Yes, I am playing with six-dimensional consciousness games, which includes teleportation, telekinesis. It's all of the when we move into six-dimensional consciousness, the games are about moving into a conscious awareness that the physicality is simply an experience. And when we are in an experience that's of a different dimensional state than the physical, right? So we're still experiencing the physical, but we know that there's a multitude of experiences within the physical when our consciousness is vibrating or witnessing things from a different perspective. And when we do that, we play with time, we play with bilocation, we play with all of these things. So I'm learning a lot about teleportation, actually. And it's not, when we start playing with these games, it's usually not the way that our mind perceives it. I love that question. That leads me to my next announcement, which is that the Limitless Creator course is now open for enrollment. So, Limitless Creator is a course that I have taught a few times now. And this is the building blocks for creation. A lot of people will call it conscious creation or conscious manifestation. This is the course where I teach that. So, how do we become highly aware, highly conscious, and create our experience from that place? And, a lot of people are talking about manifesting. This is the really powerful building blocks for all of creation as humans. Manifestation, all of that. It is the foundation for the skills of telekinesis, teleportation, all of those six-dimensional skills. If you want to learn those, I definitely recommend Limitless Creator, because this is the building blocks for that. This is the foundation for those skills. So it is currently open. I reopened it sort of quickly, a little bit quicker than I expected, because as we started going into these energies around the eclipse, if you were here on the live stream last week, it came through the dragons. We're holding a portal open, and it's just such potent energy right now that I wanted to offer something that would support these energies for you. So again, the link is going to be in the description box when this video is done, but Limitless Creator, and I'm doing it a little bit differently. So when you join, I've done 4 different tiers of registration options. So you can join immediately depending on where you are with your finances currently. It's something that we work on in this course, is really how to live in that state of limitless abundance. So depending on where you are with that, there's lots of different ways that you can join. Also, immediately when you join, you get access to all of the videos, so you can start learning right away. And then we have 3 live calls, as well as continuous coaching. So you get added to a private group where I will coach you immediately in that group. Okay, so any questions that you have, you can post them in the group, and it's available immediately. And I did it this way so that I could offer as much support as possible during these shifting energies. All right. Okay. That's a big announcement. I love the Limitless Creator course. I really would love to see all of you in there. Um, but to go back to teleportation, it's really a sort of experience of bilocation, which is existing in two places. What happens is I send myself, an aspect of myself moves ahead of where I am and creates the experience of where I am going. And I've been experiencing a lot of that lately. It's really profound. Okay. I've been witnessing more and being okay with quiet and solitude, though it sometimes feels like boredom. Boredom has been coming up a lot lately. So let's talk about that. Boredom is, and I talk about that a lot in my first book, The Era of the True Creator. Boredom is something that we are almost deathly afraid of, and it's why we recycle drama. So if you start to come into the feeling of boredom or the fear of boredom, you are doing amazing work. I just want to say, meeting that threshold of boredom is really a powerful place. It's very powerful. On the other side of that is this liberation into present moment awareness. It's very powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Kennedy. Oh, you made a bowl. I love that. I love that. All of the things that each of you are creating. I know several of you are in the private group, the True Creator community. Please share your creations in there. Please do. Okay, yeah. Try and upload a picture in there. You've been playing with telekinesis too. Beautiful, Radka. Um, Good question. Limitless Creator is a separate course from channeling. So those are two different courses. So the channeling course, Learn to Channel, that's one. And the link for both of these is in the description box. And then the Limitless Creator course is a separate course. At some point, I'm going to figure out how to bring all of this together. Yes, please share your experience with that, Radka. All of you share your experience. In fact, I feel like everyone who's joining live, I could be mistaken, but it seems that all of you are in the True Creator community. So please share your art, share your powerful creator experiences. And I love to see it. I love, love, love it. Okay, announcement number 3. And we will get into channeling right after this. So go ahead. If you have a question, I will choose one of your questions to channel for. Type it into the chat starting now. Type Q at the beginning of it so that I know that it's a question and I'll look for it. Helps me organize the chat. Let's see. Hey, you know what's really cool? Actually, I'm starting to mix up Spanish and English in my brain, which is great. It means that I'm speaking a lot of Spanish. I've been practicing a lot. So the English words are a little bit hard. Yeah, adding another layer, multiple time changes and a different language right now. And all the dimensions, right? So, announcement number 3 is True Creator Summer Camp. How many of you are coming to summer camp or are hoping to come to summer camp? This is the annual event. It's going to start being annual, right? Every year. We've had it once before, skipped a year. It's happening again this year. It is such a good experience where we get together in nature and we connect, we practice channeling. So even if you've never practice channeling before, the True Creator Adult Summer Camp is going to be your place. We are going to play. We're going to play so many games. We're going to play communication games. There's going to be a cacao ceremony, at least one, and all of the details are being formed. But this is going to be in August in Arkansas. Words are hard right now. So it's going to be in August in Arkansas. And yay, playing with money. Stacy says, me. Thank you for being registered already, Stacy. So yeah, we're going to be playing together. We're going to be playing channeling. We are going to be, wow, I have to share this. There was in Florida recently, I held a cacao ceremony and activation experience for the equinox. And it was so powerful. But the reason that I'm bringing that up is because we brought in all of our guides. And it was one of the most powerful group experiences that I've had. So we are going to be playing with connecting to our star family, what we call ET contact. This is a big part of True Creator Summer Camps. We're going to be doing contact circles. It's just going to be amazing. It's such a beautiful, beautiful experience. Okay, good. I'm seeing 2 questions in the chat. Homeschooling is just flowing naturally and learning comes and what we desire that. Telekinesis is quite challenging, but as your vibration rises and shifts, you may well feel you are affecting objects in the physical, especially electronics. Yes. How many of you flicker lights? How many of you, have experiences with technology when your energy is, and I'm hearing that that's not actually what's happening right now. I'm hearing that it's really the lunar energy that's causing some the tech for me. So it's not my, and of course there is no separation. So really we're creating all of it, but it's a little bit different depending on where the vibration is sort of the highest consciousness originating from, if that makes sense. So yeah, but how many of you, okay, 3 questions. How many of you feel that you are already shifting energies, moving energies? You know, one area that we can start with telekinesis, which I almost want to open up what a lot of these terms mean, because just like with channeling and things like that, in the channeling course, I teach that we start to experience synesthesia. Synesthesia is a blending of all of the senses, because when we go into these different frequencies, these higher vibrational frequencies, our senses, a lot of people think, oh, I'm clairvoyant or I'm clairsentient, clear hearing, but they all start to blend together. Okay, your senses start to blend together in these other frequencies. So the same happens with the 6-dimensional consciousness games. We think of telekinesis and we think moving things with our mind, but that also, includes telepathic communication, because everything is alive, right? So one way that I find is really powerful to begin telekinesis and communicating with the mind, oh my God, words are so hard right now, is in our communication with water or our communication with nature in general. So something that I play with every time I drink water, every time I bathe, is I talk to the water. And the reason that I find that water is a really powerful thing to play with and begin with is because we have so many studies that show us that water responds very quickly. Water is it's a quick responder versus stone, which in this density layer of reality, stone might seem to take longer, right? So water is a quick responder, and we can witness the change very, very easily and quickly when we connect with water and we start to play these games with water, if that makes sense. Beautiful. I'm seeing some questions. French Polynesia, how fun. Yes. And if you love these studies, like I said, we're going to be diving into this in Limitless Creator. So play with that. Am I reading? Okay, I've got 4 questions. Oh, wait. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, 4 questions so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead, unless there are more questions, I'm going to go ahead and choose one. All right. Random number generator. So this is how I choose which question. 4. Ooh, we'll have to have a true creator summer camp in Europe at some point. Maybe at that point we'll be having 2 per year. All right. Question number 2. Kennedy, of course. Of course, it's yours. What do I need to know about shifting my social life and friendships to be more aligned? Powerful question for right now. Oh, I love that you two might possibly meet. Rodka and Floor, how fun! Beautiful. Mm, mountain lakes, I love that. Summer camp in Europe. Let's give it at least a year and we'll see if that's meant to be created next year. Rodka, it's really, really interesting what you say about mountains with lakes. My guides have been leading me to mountains with lakes as I, so I'm here. Um, Lake Atitlan is circled by very tall mountains and volcanoes. Um, Another one that my guides have led me to is Mount Fuji, which is a mountain with a lake in front of it, and it's just the frequencies and the vibrations of certain topography types around the world really open. They're really opening for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into this question. Radka, maybe you're meant to come here. Yeah, this place has been calling to me for almost 2 years now. And as I shared before, it came to me as one of the original places that I visited when I wasn't human, right? So when I was in a different form, I came here. Yeah, and more to come. Wow, the experiences that are opening for me here are pretty incredible. All right, my love. So let's go ahead and go into this question. Those of you who have been here before, you know that, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 my time as well. Those of you who have been here before, you know that I close my eyes. I love when you're still continuing in the chat with each other. I'll try and read it after I come out. Closing my eyes just helps me get my mind out of the way and listen on a different level. I'm going to go into this individual question first, and then I'm going to go into the collective channeling. And I can already feel that the collective channeling is going to kind of rock my socks. So when it comes to this question about shifting your social circle, what's coming through is self-acceptance. As we go through these different moments and stages and gateways in our personal awakening process, which is continuous, it doesn't end. We continue to awaken and evolve and ascend. It's simply a process of remembering being who we are, coming into greater and greater alignment with our higher self. And as we do that, it becomes a continuous present moment. So, in this process, when we are noticing that our external reality and who we know ourselves to be is no longer matching, often what that means is we've moved deeper into the present moment, and the reverberation of our creation is showing us yesterday. Essentially, a normal human existence is simply recreation of paradigms and patterns and programs. As we start to awaken, we move into that present moment awareness. In present moment awareness, we experience, when we're deeply present, we experience a love for all and a perfect harmony. And our minds, if we're not used to that level of presence, our minds tend to desire the repetition of things, the programs. Our minds desire the programs. So we're living in present moment awareness and we feel this expansive freedom and love, and we are our higher selves. And then our minds jump in and go, wait, what happened to so and so? You were talking to them yesterday. Aren't they still your friend? And then there's this panic. Oh, what if we're not friends anymore? Oh, what if we don't align anymore? The truth is, in the present moment, the exact connections, the exact harmonic experiences that we have with each other flow into place so inherently, so naturally, so beautifully. And because we are human, we create attachments with other people. Creating attachments, this is not bad. Creating attachments with other people, we do it because we inherently know that we're one and we desire to meet ourselves in each other. That's what connection is. That's what friendship is. That's what relationships are. I am so compelled to know you, to be with you, to experience you, because you are another aspect, another version of God. And so am I. And I meet myself. I meet the fullness of myself through our connection. But the human, or the deeper density realm interpretation of oneness is, I'm separate from you. And so there's a potential that you could leave. And so I desire to create an attachment which will bring us into a control paradigm of some form of, I expect you to be there, you expect me to be there, and therefore we'll replay those programs. But in the present moment, that's not necessary. In the present moment, we are satiated with all of our connections in that moment because we're always getting exactly what we need and desire. How do friendships exist in these frequencies of pure presence? How do relationships exist in these frequencies of pure presence? We're going through a shift in that. Because the old way of operating is to create attachments where there's expectation that that person will continue to show up based on that expectation, based on, if you don't keep showing up, there's going to be dissonance. The new way of operating is knowing that with people that we are deeply, there are divine template, soul harmonic connections that are so deeply inevitable that you'll find yourselves walking with each other for an entire lifetime. There are other connections which are just for a moment, which are because in that moment, it's sort of like a song. We don't always play the same note in a symphony. We don't even always play the same instrument in a symphony. But in certain songs, each of us have a song that this lifetime is what we are playing. And in that song, you're going to hit a high note once or twice. This particular note will be hit once or twice. Then there's going to be notes that are continuous. And you'll find chords that are continuous and instruments. Perhaps you have an instrument that is played through your whole song. This is the truth of relationships. This is what we're moving into, where we don't need to have fear and attachment to continue these connections and relationships. They are in harmony with our divine blueprint. They are inevitable. They will exist. There may be time apart, and there may be time where it's just the two of you or the three of you or however that dynamic plays out. There may be times of solitude where it's just one note or one instrument being played. Your personal divine symphony is already built in you. And we're all simply learning how to play it by flowing with the frequencies of present moment awareness. And so as we move into these higher frequencies where all exists in harmony, and we don't need to, well, I've got to play the C note because I really like that C note. The C note doesn't disappear just because we're playing the full symphony. In present moment awareness, we allow the whole symphony to be played, knowing that none of the notes or the instruments disappear simply because right at that moment they're not being played. And we stay in present moment awareness with it and allow the symphony of all the connections that we could possibly have to unfold. And it is so beautiful. And we come into greater knowing and greater awareness of the present moment connections that we're making, of the divinity of each of us. In present moment awareness, the person, the being, the experience, even our own personal frequency, whatever we are connecting with in that present moment deserves our full attention, our full awareness, because it is divinity showing itself to us through the beingness of another person or plant or animal or experience in general, or in that moment of just being with ourselves. The fullness of creation of every note shows itself, and it is so powerful. It is so beautiful, so divine. And we never fear that we're missing anything. And we are able to meet the divinity in the present moment. Whomever we're speaking with at that moment, we see them as God. We get to see God through those beings when we're highly present. We get to experience God in every person through a deep level of honoring for the present moment. It's so powerful. Or in being present with just ourselves. So it's a process. It's a process of calming ourselves when we feel afraid because attachments are shifting and we're no longer really able to form attachments as we have been before because our awareness has brought us to a place where we kind of can't. We kind of just can't attach to those people. Oh, it's just not working anymore. So being present with what is will lead us to the fullness of whatever the present moment is bringing us. And there are people and experiences that are literally built into our template. The harmonic convergence of it is inevitable. We won't lose these people. We'll continue to flow together in different forms. It is truly inevitable. We won't be floating in outer space by ourselves. there are divine connections that absolutely will flow and that absolutely will exist without the need for attachment, simply because the blueprints match. Period. That was yummy. I love I love that flow. Thank you for the question. I'm going to go ahead and go into the collective now, which, I'm hearing that that is the collective. That's also something the collective is experiencing. Okay. It's almost silly. Dragon energy, very, very strong. It's so playful and so strong. It's interesting how this level of strength comes through. And yet I'm seeing, play is such a multidimensional experience. It doesn't look like only doing cartwheels. It also looks like being fully embodied in this massive amount of starlight power that each of us have, including the beings that we connect with. And there's no filtration. The dragons don't filter the energy that comes through them. It's very potent, it's very powerful, and it's playful at the same time, of course. They're just saying hi. They're present. They're saying hi. They're present. They're what I'm hearing is so how are you enjoying these energies? And then like I'm seeing like a flick of the tail. It's really funny and like a laughter. Oh, how interesting. And I'm being reminded, I was having actually a brief discussion with a new friend online um, through Facebook who works with a lot of dragon energy. And we were sharing this morning, and I was sharing that connection to the dragon realm is actually very new for me. And they're telling me right now, no, it's not. Y'all are going to love this example, especially if any of you are 80s kids. Never ending story. I was obsessed with Falcor, the luck dragon. I was in love with the luck dragon. They're showing me, remember the luck dragon? You've had this connection for a long time. In fact, we're all eternal beings. You know us. So funny. I love it. Okay, okay. Recentering. Thank you for that. So sweet. Oh, I was obsessed with that movie. That was one of those childhood movies that I watched, I don't know, 50, 100 times. They're showing me the eye of the storm, right? So portals, they look like these swirling vortices. They look like when you watch the Weather Channel and they're showing a hurricane. That's what these portals look like. That's what time looks like as well. What we call timelines, it actually looks more like that. But they're showing me the eye of the hurricane, the eye of the storm, and how much peace there is in that 0 point consciousness. And they're showing me I'm in the eye. I'm in the eye right now. And we're actually in the center point of the intensity. So simultaneous to the intensity of what many of us are experiencing right now. And again, there's no hierarchy. When I say that I'm having an intense experience, it doesn't mean that if you're not, it doesn't mean that you're somehow missing something. It's all perfect. It feels intense, and simultaneous to that intensity is a perfect stillness, because pure creation is powerfully intense. It is massively intense, and it is perfectly still at the same time. So that's what we're in. That 0 point consciousness of pure presence, pure creation. Imagine letting go of the filters that we regularly have in our human experience and witnessing a lot. It's not the fullness of the all that is, but it's being able to expand those parameters and witnessing a lot more. That's pretty intense. And it's also perfectly reasonable from the present moment awareness. That's our place of mastery. That's our anchoring in the mastery. We're in the eye. We're in the eye. That 0 point, look at an infinity symbol, which if we turn that into a multidimensional experience, the torus is also an infinity symbol. The torus is a big donut shape. It is the energetic visual of our frequency as humans. Look at what a torus looks like. It's a narrowing in the middle and circles on the outside. It is the infinity symbol. The center point of infinity is where we bring all of consciousness into one. And that is pure form consciousness. That is the 0 point. That is pure creation, where there isn't a binary experience of this is good and this is evil. We're in the 0 point, outside of the realms of duality. Now we play with duality. Duality is not bad. We play with it, right? To call duality bad is to reinvest in duality, which I think is really funny. Right? It's to re-believe in duality as we're being liberated from it for a moment. Right? It's not bad. We're not bad for existing in duality. We're not bad for any of it. It's not true. It's not a truth. It's not a higher frequency truth, and it's okay. Even if we believe that we're bad, that's a perfect experience to have. It's all perfect in the grand scheme of things. I'm hearing beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the word the I. We've also got the I am. We're in the center, the stillness, the 0 point, the center point of all creation. Know if any of you caught that. Did I go blank? Are you still here? Oh my God, I'm back. Oh my God, that transmission was so powerful. I am so sad that you all missed it. Oh, oh my God. I don't know why that went blank. I surrender, my loves. I don't know. That was one of the most powerful transitions. Did you all catch the channeling for the collective? Okay, okay. I feel that you got most of it. I'm amazed that you're all still here. I love you all. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. It was so powerful. The dragons came through massively. There's so much laughter. I'm going to allow it to be. I love you all, and more to be revealed, right? Okay, my loves. Thank you for being here. Thank you for riding the waves with me. We're in the 0 point, so here we go. And I will talk to you all very soon. Yeah, I'll send it to you telepathically. I love you. Bye, my friends.